Great news here. Mom and dad are back together. It seems Elon and Trump making peace here. You know, Trump said he would. I told you, you know what? He's super forgiving. He doesn't hold a grudge. It's actually one of the really nice things about him. It's in contrast to one Joe Biden, who apparently can't remember much, but can remember who he hates. People said, boy, could this guy ever hold a grudge? Well, Donald Trump's not like that. And in the wee hours of the morning, what did we see on X? But Elon Musk saying, and I quote, "I regret some of my posts about President @real Donald Trump last week. They went too far." You know, that took a lot for him to do. I'm sure he didn't like having to do that. Some people are saying, oh, it's about the EV credit. No, I think it's about a lot more, frankly. I think Donald Trump stands for something. And when Elon looked at what was going on out in LA, he was appalled. So you saw a series of tweets over the last 24 hours or so. Governor Gavin Newsom, the president writes, and Mayor Bash should absolutely apologize to the people of Los Angeles for the absolutely horrible job that they have done. And this now includes the ongoing LA riots. These are not protesters. They're troublemakers, insurrectionists, remember, no masks, etc. And so Elon sent this out. He also sent out another post from the president saying a once great American city, Los Angeles, has been invaded and occupied by illegal aliens and criminals, etc. And he was talking about the protests that were going on. And so Elon's just sort of resending of this and things that are very much in agreement with the president's policies was definitely signaling a different tone, especially after, you know, you'd had the Epstein allegations. He took that down, by the way. He took that down. So some people were saying, oh, is it because he's going to sue him? You know, that's an interesting thought. He probably could have for libel. But I think he actually wants to protect his relationship with Elon, and he respects Elon fundamentally. And, you know, Elon's a little quirky, but what billionaire who's trying to send us to Mars isn't, right? Kind of goes with, you know, par for the territory. Anyway, Elon and Musk making peace. It's nice to see. And we kind of knew this would happen. I played this soundbite a couple of weeks ago, and I thought this was good to hear because Jesse Waters said it very well, my former colleague over on Fox, on the 5, when he was trying to explain to Jessica Tarlov, who's there as kind of the court jester, right? Like she's the one that they beat up on because she represents the Democrat Party. He's like, you know, Jessica, it's never going to happen. You all are thinking that maybe you can get Elon on your side. You know what? Elon knows where his friends are. And even though it's been a tough go for the last couple of weeks, fundamentally, he knows exactly what you guys are about and exactly what the right is about. Let's listen.
Democrats' funeral. Your party's dead, Jessica.
What?
And you basically pushed the world's wealthiest man into our arms. You took...
And now he's running from you. He went on one date.
Wait,
and
no,
done.
this is the day that he was supposed to leave.
Yeah, he's supposed to leave tomorrow, 180 days. How do I know that and you don't,
It's
Jessica?
130.
Listen, you now made Elon Musk the Republican Party's biggest donor. Thank you. Thank you very much. You think he's just going to stop giving?
He said I'm stopping
Okay,
giving.
I've heard that before. They're going to give. You think he's not giving to Vance? After what you did to him, do you think he's just going to bury the hatchet? After you called him a Nazi? After you bombed his cars, you think the next election he's going to be like, all right, you know what? Let the Democrats get back in there. Because what do you think the Democrats are going to do when they get back in? They're going to go all in and try to put the man in prison. They're going to try to bankrupt his companies and investigate the hell out of him. You think he's not going to give anymore? You are I'm not going to say the word idiot, but you've made a huge mistake and you don't realize how dumb it is. Also, you're saying how much you need men. Young men idolize Elon Musk. They want to be him. They want to be based. They want to ride around in his trucks, and they want to hang with big balls. And now every time you attack Elon Musk, you're attacking all of the young men that you need for your party to survive. You're attacking a living legend. We're talking Rockefeller.
Like, he's not wrong, right? A lot of men, a lot of young men. I think my son was showing me, he's like, hey mom, this Cybertruck for kids up to age 12. Leave it to Elon, right? To make a Cybertruck for kids. This little electric vehicle goes up to 10 miles an hour. That caught his eye. I'm like, anyway, a lot of kids, a lot of young men love Elon Musk. I think he's been a great force for the party, and I think he's going to stay in this party. And so it's just nice to see the two of them getting back together, because everybody's like, you know, this is kind of uncomfortable. When Elon and Trump are at it, like, it doesn't feel good. And you've got two very different kinds of personalities, but very strong personalities. And I would say on the one hand, you've got Elon Musk, who's very much an idealist. He really is. I mean, he wants to send everybody to Mars, right? And like have an alternative for we wouldn't have EVs, let's be honest, if it weren't for Elon Musk. PayPal as well. I mean, you think about our ability to send money electronically, that's all coming from him. So he's an innovator. He's idealistic. He has these lofty goals. And one of those goals was to really, 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 really cut down on our debt. And unfortunately, it's hard to do, right? And I'm not making excuses here, but it is just hard to do. Meanwhile, you've got Donald Trump, who is goal-oriented, but he's also practical. And he's a pragmatist who kind of just wants to get things to the finish line. And that's sort of where things started to fall apart, if you would. Because on the one hand, Donald Trump wants to get a deal done because he wants those tax cuts to be grandfathered in. You need to get the permanent sort of tax reduction. But are you going to be able to get it when all this other stuff gets reduced? That is, in fact, the problem. And so we don't want to lose Elon. Elon's good for the party. Elon is a tremendous sort of visionary. Let's not lose sight of that. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump is the president of the United States and he's in charge. And so it's good to see Elon eating a little bit of humble crow there, right? Well, I love that. You know what? I regret some of my posts. I'll take that for an apology. Will you guys take that for an apology?